Good day everyone, my name is Karen M. Ibar and I am your teacher for today's lesson. And our topic for today is measures of variability for group data. So first we are going to determine the range. Range is defined as it is simply the difference between the upper class boundary of the top interval and the lower class boundary of the bottom interval. So our formula for the range is range equals upper class boundary of the highest interval minus lower class boundary for the lowest interval. So here is an example, and these are the scores of the students and these are the frequencies. So the scores ranges between 46 to 50, 41 to 45, which has 10 students that has attained the score, 36 to 40, and there are also 10 students who attained the score of 36 to 40. 31 to 35, there are 16. 26 to 30, there has 9. 21 to 25, and there is 4. So, the class interval for this example is 5. To determine the upper class boundary of the highest interval is this one. This is the highest interval. And the lower interval or the lowest interval is this number. The number 21 to 25. And to determine the upper class boundary for this course, we have 50, which is the highest. 50 plus 0.5 equals 50.5 equals our upper class boundary. And to determine our lower class boundary of the lowest interval, it will be 21. 21 minus 0.5 equals 20.5 is equal to our lower class boundary. And back to our formula, which is R equals the upper class boundary, which is equivalent to 50.5. That will be 50.5 minus our lower class boundary, which is 20.5. 20.5. So our range will be R equals 30. And that is how we determine the range, or how we solve for the range.
And now let's proceed to solving the variance. So variance, it is the mean of the square of the deviations from the mean of the frequency distribution. And we have the formula in solving the variance, which is sigma squared is equal to summation of f x minus x bar quantity squared over n minus 1, where sigma squared is equal to the variance, x represents our class mark, x bar is equal to the class mean, and n is the total number of frequencies. For example, we have scores of grade 7 Apitong students in the 4th periodical test in mathematics. Given the table, we are going to solve for the x, and As we all know that x is the midpoint of our scores. So to determine our x or our class midpoint, I have a trick which we will get the fastest way in solving for the x. So as you can see, my 5 fingers, and each is represents each number, which is the 46, 47, 48, 49, and then 50. The one that's in the middle, that'll be our x, which is 48. Very good. 48. And also the same with the scores between 41 to 45. 41, 42, 43, 44, and then 45. The middle finger, which is the 43. Also, the same goes with the number 36 to 40, which is 36, 37, 38, 39, and then 40. The middle number is 38. Very good. Next is 33, 28, and then 23. Next, we have F times X, which represents the two letters are close together. That means multiply, just like this one. So that means our F or our frequency will be multiplied by our X, which is 48 times 1 is equals 48. 43 times 10, that will be 430. 38 times 10, that will be 380. 16 times 33, that will be 528. 9 times 28 is 252. Very good. Next, and the last number is 4 times 3 is equal to 92. Very good. And to get the summation of our F times X, we just need to add the 48 plus 430 plus 380 plus 528 plus 252 plus 92, which will be summation of f of x is equal to 1730. And now let's proceed to the another table or another column, which is x minus x bar, which is x is our class midpoint and our x bar is our class mean. And to determine our class mean, we have the formula. Our mean is equal to the summation of fx, or the one that we totaled earlier, over n. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that our n will be found if we add all of our frequency. 1 plus, okay, 1 plus 10 plus 10 plus 16 plus 9 plus 4 is equal to 50. And that is our n. And now let's proceed to the substitution. Our mean is equal to 1730 all over 50. And that is equal to x mean is x mean. Now that we have determined our class mean, which is 34.6. Now we're going to substitute the value of x, the first column, or the first row. That will be 48 minus 34.6 is equal to 13.4. 13.4. Second is 43 minus 34 rather, 0.6 is equal to 8.4. Very good. 8.4. Next is 38 minus 34.6, and that'll give an answer to 3.4. 3.4. Next is 33 minus 34.6. That will equal to negative 1.6. Negative 1.6. And next is 9 minus 28 rather. 28 minus 34.6. That will be equal to negative 6.6. And the last is 23 minus 34.6. That will be equal to negative 11 minus 6. Very good. Now let's proceed to another column, which is x minus x bar quantity squared. What we're going to do is we'll just square this table. So 13.4 square is 179.56. Next is 8.4 times 8.4, or 8.4 squared is equal to 70.56. Another is 3.4 squared is equal to 11.56. Next, we have negative 1.6 squared is equal to 2.56 squared. Another is negative 6.6 squared. That will give us 43.56. Very good. And the last, negative 11.6 squared, or negative 11.6 times negative 11.6, that will give 134.56. Last is frequency times this column or this row. Last table we're going to complete is the f multiplied to x minus x bar quantity squared. What we're going to do is we multiply this into our frequency. So 1 times 179.56, that'll give 179.56. 70.56 multiplied to 10, that'll give, next is 10 multiplied to 11.56, which give the answer to 115.6. And then 40.96, 392.04, and 538.24. And the summation of F times X minus X bar quantity squared is equal to 1,972. And now that we have the answer for this column, we are ready to solve for the variance. Remember the formula we have written before? Okay, that will be sigma squared is equal to summation of F times X minus X bar quantity squared all over n minus 1. So, we have complete the table and we are going to substitute the values. So, sigma squared is equal to 1,972 or all over 50 minus 1. So that will be sigma squared is equal to 1,972 all over 49. So we're down to the last. Sigma squared is equal to 1,972 divided by 49. That'll be 40.24. And this is our variance. Okay? Thank you for listening.